Yeah, hello, good morning, everyone. Today, we would like to learn about the types of level sensors utilized in mechatronic systems. In yesterday's class, we have been learned about the displacement sensors. In the today's class, we are dealing with respect to the level measurement sensors. So, different types of levels which are in the medium, that is gaseous medium, liquids medium, and in the solid medium will be measured with respect to some technical procedures that are listed here, and the mode of measuring is also plays a major important role in the case of level measurement, that is either direct in contact with respect to the systemic device or non-contact type utilization of sensors or direct contact and indirect contact. So there is an intermediate device. It is sensor acting in between the major device and to the detecting device and generates the results correspondingly. Yeah, here, moving on with respect to the different types of measuring the level measurement. One, it is the direct method. Directly, the measuring object will be in contact with respect to the mechatronic system where we need to be inserted that particular object to measure the level. Next, it is hydrostatic pressure type. So, hydrostatic here it specifies the liquid medium. Hydro it specifies the liquid medium, and the hydraulic pressures need to be identified. Nominally, we'll be utilizing in verifying in our FMHM laboratory source also, orifice meter, venturi meter, etc. And the third one, it is the electrical type, utilization of electrical power supply for identifying or measuring the level, microwave level switches, optical level detectors, ultrasonic level detectors. Here we'll be utilizing the sound waves, detection of sound waves, and that particular device which we are inserting within the system will be acting as an transceiver. There's an bilateral device indeed to transmit the signals to the medium, and next even the receiving the signals, hence we'll be calling it as an transceiver. Eddy current level measurement sensors, so fluctuations within the voltage levels and the producing of current from the primary generated electrical component will be varied, and that produced additional voltage of current is eddy current level measurement test. And next, the servicing of level measuring instruments, how the servicing is needed for better operation, or else in the malfunctioning of the operation, how it has to be get serviced when it has been got halted. We'll be learning in the today's class. Initially, what is meant by a level measurement? Is a method used to measure the liquid offenses or different elevation levels of the offenses in three different mediums. First one, it is the hydraulic medium, that is liquid level medium. Second one, it is the gaseous medium, which will be enclosed in a particular surface levels. And the third one, it is the solid offenses, and it will be acting as in two different criterias. One can be existing in the normal environmental conditions, solid defense, and second one is beyond the nominal atmospheric temperatures. For example, considering as an ice will be in solid at 0 degrees and even the minus degrees Celsius, while the liquid phase will be existing in the normal atmospheric conditions. And to some of the incremental strategy of the temperature than the normal atmospheric temperature. All right. Nominally, the 0 point levels will be indicated defaultly, and beyond that, either incrementing in the that particular level, defaultly existing level, or decreasing that particular level indicates the positive increment or the negative increment of the existing level. And the zero level will be calling as an mean level of measurement. There is no increment, no decrement, or nothing but the negative increment. So, what are the different kinds of vehicles is measured? Just now we have been discussing there is liquid level, gaseous, and solid levels. And moving on to the units of that particular levels is measured in feet or meters for the solid offenses. And when the liquid has been taken into an solid containers, it also can be measured in an meters, or else when the liquid level has been considered in an enclosed medium, it can be more measured in an volumetric sources within that particular circumferential area, the entire volume or space occupied by that particular object or internally liquid offenses or gaseous offenses can be measured. Nominally, our gas, domestically utilized gas, and some of the gases which are utilized in industrial basis will be measured in cubic volume, is meter cube or feet cube, depending upon the operational parameters. And next, some of the solid offenses will be measured in kilograms, pounds, and even some of the liquid offenses also will be measured in kilograms. And majority of the liquids are measured in liters. So generally, we will be utilizing the fuel for our automobiles, a bike or a car, whatever it may be. So when you have gone to the liquid pump areas, it is petrol bunks, then I will be asking to refill your automobile tank with respect to the fuels in liters. Simultaneously, getting some viscosity increment domestically utilizing the liquid offenses is nothing but the oils that are vegetable oils that we are utilizing in our domestical basis in our kitchen for cooking the different kinds of foods and will be measured in kilograms. So how the selection criteria will be taken. So determining the type of the level sensor that should be used a given application, and any of the application can be selected. And for that application, there is some of the parameters need to be identified, or some of the questionnaires need to be got in our mind, that whether the sensor that we are placing is considered in the atmospheric area as an open tank or closed tank. Next one, it is whether it is in a contact mode to the direct either solid medium or liquid medium or the gaseous medium, either direct contact or indirect contact, nothing but the non-contact type of mode. Next, whether it is continuously measured or only the pointal measurement is being taken, only at the particular spots has to be measured, or continuously it has to be measured, need to be identified. Next, direct and indirect measurement. This is similar in with respect to the contact or non-contact type of mode. And what is the type of material that is being measured? Whether it is being liquid or solid, or else it is slurry or clean, or even the gaseous medium. So three different mediums we'll be considering here for the measurement characterizations. Here is the example inferential characterizations. Inferential in the sense utilization of different types of mediums will be seeing here. See, this is a direct contact mode, whether the liquid has been entered here, magnetic level sensor, and even a float sensors are existing here. And this float sensors is connected with respect to the beaker at the bottom end range and the top level range and the middle end of the range. And when the bottom end of the range has been connected, that liquid will be entering into this particular range and the mercury will be initiating the scale notations. And how much quantity whether this particular circumferential area or volume of this particular beaker has been occupied with the liquid effects or gaseous effects. All right. Next, considering the different RF transmitter medium or radar medium and ultrasonic mediums. So this is an ultrasonic medium which will be measuring the liquid level with respect to the voice recognitions. When the water is being filled from the top end onwards, the level will be getting raised here. And how far the level has been raised will be tackled, and we have already discussed that ultrasonic will be existing with respect to a sensor called a transceiver or transducer. Transducer is also a type, and in that subtype, there is a transceiver. So, transmitting the voice signals and even the receiving that particular signals simultaneously and indicating this particular water level that has been filled within that particular tank, and it displays within the screen. And here will be loading hydrostatic heads, floats, load cells, and the components that has been utilized here for in this particular beaker. We'll be looking after this in depth presently. Yeah. Moving with respect to the direct methods of contact. The direct methods in the sense the object which will be measured and the measurand, nothing but the liquid or gaseous mediums, need to be measured or measurements. That measurements will be in direct contact with respect to the measuring devices. That is the direct methods. So either it will be sensing the surface or else the liquid from the bottom end to the top end by considering in the intermediate strategy that is middle end. Present it's depending upon the type of contact given by the measuring component. So here are some of the examples of measuring devices, that is hook type of level indicator. Hook type of level indicator is in direct contact. Sit glass, it is direct contact. Just we have been visualized sit contact. It has been direct contact. Next, flow type of sensors, nothing but our bubblers and bubble indicators will be existing. When the water level is being filled up, automatically that the level also will be increasing. And next, the dipstick. Dipstick is nothing but the stick that will be existing with respect to a sensor and will be dipped in that, and it will be raising towards the upward direction until the water has been filled within that particular beaker. Here is the hook type of level sensor. So up to the maximum Strange's clamps to 60 degrees of taper point. Until this particular range, the water, this hook type will be dipped into the surface, water surface. The water level, when it is being beaker is continuously filling with respect to the water level will be increasing, and this scale will be getting slided over this holding scale, and the scale here indicates the vernier scale and graduates with respect to the standard units, that is mm, and this clamping screw will be fixed over the surface levels. So when the level is being increasing, these particular vernier scales will be slides over the fixed scale or main scale, and based upon this we'll be calculating the overall liquid level that has been raised by upon filling the water in the particular beakers or containers. So here the construction has been got with respect to the stainless steel material. So because stainless steel is an anti-corrosion element, which will be always dipped or associated with respect to the liquid offenses, hydraulic, hydrogen sources, H2O, water, and it will be rust free. The short arm of the point will be a 60 degrees taper. Yes, we have been already look have a look here, 60 degrees of taper, and one and longer one is attached to the slider, and upon that the main scale, vernier scale will be sliding over it. So the working is that we have been discussed. And next the seed glass system. From the bottom nature onwards, a glass module will be getting fixed over it, and upon filling the volume within the beaker, automatically the liquid level raise in the scale will be negotiating in the seed glass tube, which is outermost environment. It will be with respect to the height of this particular tank will be maintained and will be released towards the normal atmospheric conditions. Both the tank that will be in open contact and even the glass tube, which is indicating our level measurement, also will be with respect to the normal atmospheric conditions. So here both the tank holding offenses and the seed glass which is being measured will be released to the atmospheric conditions. So seed glass is a method of measuring liquids and used in pressurized tanks, high pressure of tanks, which loads or which holds a maximum quantity of the liquid offenses. As is the construction that we have been already visualized in the diagrammatical process also. Constructions. What are the basic advantages of this seed glass in the sense direct reading is possible and which is visible with respect to our naked eye, and special designs are also available up to 316 degrees centigrades and 10,000 psas, and glassless designs also available, and but corrosion resistance, that is for corrosion resistant glass in the sense silicon material will be utilized, and internally to the walls of the particular glass the rusting will be getting formed upon continuous flow of the liquid offenses. And if the viscosity has been increased simultaneously, the corrosion levels will be maintained in very much a high quantity at the outer walls of the circumferential areas of the particular tubes. And some of the we should have the look and disadvantages. It is read only where the tank is located. Always it is convenient, but only where the tank is located it will be visible. But other than that cases, we can't install it. And heavy viscous fluids or liquids containing of the materials fall out of the solution. There is nothing but the major meaning of this particular point is the maximum corrosion will be getting taken place at the outer walls. Just we'll be calling it as in Telugu that is Pakur Pattatam like that. And overlapping gauges are needed for long level spans, and accuracy and repeatability will be very much less. When the particular corrosion has been taken place, automatically the accuracy will be getting decreased to some extent. So those are some of the disadvantages with respect to the sheet glass systems. Moving on to the flow type of level sensors. Here, the wall indicator that is being utilized over the tank, and this is a pictorial representation of the automobiles. And when the liquid has been filled over it, the this particular bubbler will be getting raised towards the forward direction due to the buoyancy forces, and that will be captured with respect to the counterweight existing and will be dragged towards or balancing weight with respect to this particular bubbler, and the buoyancy forces, due to the buoyancy forces, this particular bubbler will be getting raised towards the upward direction, and depending upon that, the indicator will indicate the level on the analog display screen, right? This is the working, just we have been discussed now. And what are the advantages in the sense, it is very much less inexpensive, and it can be operated over the large temperatures also, depending upon the type of material that you have been utilized for measurement or manufacturing of that particular bubblers, and even the indicator pointers that you have been utilized in the actual setup. Moving on to the disadvantages of float type of these level sensors are, they're normally limited to in modern pressures. So high amount of pressures cannot be captured by this particular float type of level sensors, and they are tailored in tank geometry because the irregular geometrical spaces will be existing over the tank, and that will be reducing and getting an negative impression indeed to calculate over it. So these are the disadvantages over the float type of level sensors. Another one, it is the tip type of stick that we have been already discussed previously. It is a simple checkup, a simple, and next is a very much cheap. Can be used with the wet materials and not with respect to the density. But highest pressure the tanks cannot be measured in the highest pressure tanks. It cannot be measured. Moving on to the inferential indirect methods. So, as if now we have been discussed that these measuring devices will be directly be in contact with respect to the mediums that we are measuring. But here, there is an indirect measurements, raising of that particular liquid or gaseous weight, depending upon different physical parameters such as weight, temperature variations, climatic conditions, wind flow, highest pressures, etc. This measures the variable or variations with respect to the different environmental structures also even. Considering an examples, hydrostatic pressure type, pressure gauge method, air bellows method, air purge systems, liquid purge systems, etc. And moving on to the electrical type, capacitance level indicators, radiation level detectors. We'll be looking after these indirect methods one by one. So, in the hydrostatic pressure type, pressure gauges are used to measure the pressure with respect to an formula, that is Bernoulli's equation. There is density of that particular water will be taken into the force, and specific gravity is G. Density is denoted with respect to rho. G is the specific gravity. H is the height of the liquid that has been attained. And nominally, utilizing this Bernoulli's formula, P is equal to rho G H, we will be calculating the pressure of that particular offenses that is being flown in a particular devices. How it has been considered, our construction and the working considerations, pressure gauges. This consists of a gauge connected to the lowest level of the tank, and I will be seeing in the diagrammatically, at the lowest range of this particular tank, lowest range, and next it will be this level is fitted is known as reference levels, only the reference levels, and the static pressure is by the gauge is measured to a height of the liquids, and this level will be indicated over here. This is an indication levels, and it will be halted with respect to the wall by disconnecting with respect to an liquid seals. And when this particular valve has been given access to flow this particular level to a liquid seal, then the water will be getting on fluent, and then the measurand will be getting into an access for measuring the overall level existing within this particular tank. So that minimum level, there is a datum point at that origin or medium level of this particular datum line. The volumetric references will be taken into the force, and apart with that, the liquid seal will be maintained, and these two liquids must not get a mix or react with chemical. Chemically, it should not be mixed. Two different liquids cannot be mixed. Second one, it is instead of utilizing those materials, so we'll be utilizing this second one. It is air bellows. So air bellows or nothing but the elastic type of materials utilized. Almost it has been filled up with respect to the air, and is an acting as an bilateral devices. This is an bellow element shown diagrammatically over here. When the liquid offensive has been increasing, simultaneously these bellows will be getting decreasing in its size due to the compression factor. When the pressure has been decreasing, simultaneously the water level, when the water level has been decreasing, the water pressure will be getting decreased in the measure and characterizations. Simultaneously, at that particular time, bellows the size will be expanding. So by this, the pressure increment and decrement by utilizing this air bellows will be identified, and this is the working that actually we have been discussed presently. Next one, it is air purge system. So it is also known as the bubbler system. Bubbler system. So hydrostatic pressures in different types of liquid level measurements, it is very much suitable indeed to measure the characterizations. So bubbler systems. So hollow tube will be maintained as the diagram is showing here. And from this hollow slate, the air will be getting circulated, and upon expansion, the air that has been supplied internally to the liquid level will not be existing internally, and that bubblers will be getting exploded at the surface levels, and that surface levels will be indicating the levels at the pressure indication recorders. Next, air purge systems advantages. It is kept far away as 500 feet. Just we have been seen here, and this device is well suited for measuring the level of corrosive and abrasive liquids. So previously we have been discussed that for corrosive type of fluids, a slit glass system is not at all utilized. And for that particular purposes, these air purge systems are best suitable indeed to measure the level at different stages. And even this bubbler allows the indicators anywhere, and the air pressure tube varies with the head pressure of the hydrophilic liquid. And as shows, this regulator input will be given from the same tubular, and air or nitrogen will be utilized, and a response, corresponding response will be attained furtherly and will be recorded from the bottom reference to the height sources. Moving on to the electrical type of level inductors. So in the electrical type of indicators, initially moving on to the capacitance levels. So these capacitance levels we have been discussed in yesterday's class also, and there's a slight modification in differences here. The capacitance level is based on the familiar capacitance equation, that is equal to K of A by D. That is where the K is the electric constant, A is the area of the plate, D is the distance between that particular two plates, and where the C is capacitance. And these capacitor level indicators will be placed at the topmost representations, topmost display levels, such as used as in display devices, indeed to measure the liquid levels. When the liquid level rises in the tank, it will be sensed and the capacity will be getting increased. And simultaneously, when the liquid level decreases, capacitance also will be decreasing. In such a way, the equipment will be getting done indirectly to the main material contact. So the name itself specifies that indirect contact. So this device is not in contact with respect to the main medium that is measuring. This liquid medium is not in contact with respect to the measuring device. And in previous contacts, air bubblers and that is J5 type of flakes overall are in contact with respect to the measuring candidates, measuring offenses. So here this measuring device is indirectly having the contact with respect to the wires to the medium. All right. Yes, some of the advantages are very useful in small systems and suitable for continuous indication and monitoring also, and records the probe material values to the probe material values. And having some of the disadvantages also, sensitivity is adversely affected. Measured fluid must be have the proper dielectric qualities. So if the qualities, dielectric qualities has not been maintained by the fluid offenses, automatically the fluctuations or sensitivity will be getting lost in the obtained results in the experimental processes. Next one, the radiation level detectors. These are used uh, where the non-survive characterizations are existing. So where the manual involvement cannot be happened, and at that particular place, these radiation sensors will be or level detectors will be utilized. And these are pictorial representations. And radiations in the sense utilization of X-rays, gamma rays, Y rays, UV rays, ultraviolet radiations, infrared rays, etc. These radiations will be flattered in that particular medium, liquid level or a solid medium or else the gaseous medium. And the capturing device or detector will be placed at the opposite cadre of the measurement device. Measurement device. So automatically whatever the detection characteristics are existing will be displayed in this particular mm, range liquid level, and this range liquid level will be getting passed with respect to the electrical conductivity to the display devices. So to the indicating instruments here, indicating instruments in nothing but the control system. Control system will be captured or in contact, will be in contact with respect to the display device. All right, here are some of the examples. There is a no physical contact and electrical power supply is necessary indeed to operate the overall equipment setup and suitable for molten metals as well as corrosion. And there is a greater advantage type of technology where the three different mediums can be measured. There is liquid offenses, solid offenses, and the gaseous offenses. Simultaneously, these three different offenses can be measured and captured on the display screen. And with a good accuracy and better accuracy and response, and even the dynamic motional objects also can be measured with respect to our radiation technology. But even there are some of the disadvantages. So this that is radiation sources holders may be heavy because indeed to generate the high temperature sources of beams from the light rays, from these radiational factors, light rays beams, high equipment weight will be getting existed, and even it is very much high in cost offenses, economical factors. And some of the microwave switches or electron switches will be utilized for measuring the levels, and microwave level switches also will be utilized when upon the push button system. This is nothing but the push button system. Upon the push button system, the material will be getting existed towards the striking zone, and that striking zone will grasp the flowing flowing level, and that particular level will be indicating in the display, which is connected to that particular push button switches. And these are non-contact type, as we have been already discussed, but limited to an long range and non-invasive wide temperature zones, and having the greater advantages, simple to install, that is, and even for monitoring also it is very much simple. But being as in less dimensional areas for these particular switches, high negativity forces such as corrosives suitable for measuring at the different places such as corrosive places, high dust containing places, and vibration and vapor contents places, vapor containing places. And having some of the microwave level switches utilized in some of the applications such as quarries, automatically when the process is being commencing, a high amount of what we call it as an dust will be getting raised upwards, and that can be overcome with this particular limit switches by closing a small gaps existing at the level measurements. So water and waste processing, chemical industries, minings, and even the engineering technologies, this mining range, manufacturing areas, production areas, etc. So next one, it is an optical level detectors. So utilization of some of the light sources to a limited frequency range will be utilized, and that will be utilized for capturing the overall flow and even the level of that particular offenses. So light beam is getting passed over the liquids, gaseous mediums, and solid mediums also. Even indeed to travel that particular light rays through the solid offenses, high frequency is necessary. High light beams are should be generated as necessary. Moving on with respect to some of the advantages and limitations of this particular optical level sensors used on corrosion, sticking or coating process, as similar to that particular electrical code switches. A reflection of laser lights used in some of the specialized conditions, and even molten glass, laser versions, optical level detectors. This provides the high precision alignments and generates the results very much accurately. Moving on to the limitations of these optical level sensors, they're affected by changes in reflectivity of the process. So ultrasonic detectors. So ultrasonic is also non-contact mode, as we have been already viewed in the diagrammatical procedure and simultaneously visualizing at the slit glass procedure. And this trans receiver will be placed at the topmost layer of the container, which is externally fixed, and the measure and sensing alignments will be inserting internally. The signals, voice signals, or the wide signals will be getting passed over that particular vacuum, and up to where the liquid level has been maintained, where the vacuum is being existing, those up to that particular mark only the generated voids will be getting traveled and will be reflected back again. So it will be acting as a trans receiver, will be getting the results back to the same device and simultaneously displaying the level of that particular container. So this is the working trans receiver mode. So transmitting the word signals, and next liquid level, up to the liquid level it will be getting transferred. If the container is being existing to a zero level, it will be indicating the entire the overall space of that particular container or a beaker. Nominally, it should be operated at an closing levels of range because the object will be placed externally and within the closed circumferential areas, it's a better range of operation because it will be traveling. The voids need to be transferred only in the vacuum region. And we all know that sound waves will not be passed through the liquid medium and through the solid medium. Only it will be passed through the air medium to a maximum constraint level. So it's some of the advantages are non-contact type and have no moving parts and having unaffected by changes in the composition, density, moisture content, dielectric constant, etc. Considering some of the limitations of these ultrasonic level sensors, temperature compensation is essential. Dirt and irregular and slope surface affect the accuracy of the measurement. Ultrasonic transmitter is subject to many interferences. This affected the strength of the echo. It resists. The echo can be weak due to the dispersion and absorption. And moving to the eddy current level measurement sensors, it's a principle to measure the level of the molten liquids, which is having at a high temperature offenses. Consists of three coils, primary coil, and two secondary coils, as displayed within the diagrammatical procedures CS1 and CS2. And these coils are located either side of the primary coil, as displayed in the diagrammatical procedure. And when the primary coil ignites with respect to the input medium, the alternate or the reluctance will be getting generated in the opposite coils, that is secondary coils also. And upon this rectification process, the current will be getting generated in the secondary coils, and that is called the eddy current. Maximum current that has been produced upon the excitation from the initial or primary coil over the secondary coil. That rectification is called the rectification process, and upon this rectification process, the eddy current is being generated in the other two coils, which are utilized for measuring the water level in the process. Clear? And in the next class, we'll be seeing some other types of the sensors. Thank you.